favorite time of the year. It's taper!
It's a beautiful time to be alive.
Taper time. Because it's taper time! Woo!
I don't know.
Some of us taper less than others.
Really work the field out front. Try to pull as much water as you can.
We're on round 2. Here's the main set. I'm doing the whole set with baby paddles. Love the baby paddles. What's up?
Hey, Kurt.
You nailed that 50.
I went fast. I went fast. Was I not supposed to go fast?
It was descent 1 to 2.
Oh, dang it. Yeah, I was a body length ahead of him, and I was like, why am I so far ahead? Because that was the easy one.
First the pulley, now this.
I know, I'm blowing it. And now we're on the last part of practice, a 50 no breath into a 12.5 resisted band. So you put the pull cord around your waist, swim out halfway, there's a lot of resistance, and then a 25 assisted where they pull you with the band. It's actually really fun because you go really fast, and then we're done. Get it, nice. Killing it, Laura.
Killing the game.
Killing it. Just like all swimmers, taper is a beautiful time of the year. My favorite time of the year. For those non-swimmers who watch this vlog, in the sport of swimming, taper is a time of the year that comes around a couple times a year where essentially you're leading into a big swim meet, a big competition, and you start swimming less in practice to rest your body to swim fast. It's really awesome because it's a time for you to swim faster than you've ever swam before in practice because you're doing less volume, less intensity, less in the weight room, so you just feel better, you feel rested, and it allows you to swim really fast. And there's a lot more that goes into it, but that's taper in just a very basic nutshell. And taper is finally here. And everyone's generally in a good mood during taper. You can't not be in a good mood during taper. Go, Bruno. You can do it! You can do it! Oh! Good job!
That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. Is that your favorite part of taper, the pull cords?
Yes. And the 50 no breaths.
Lily hasn't been in the video yet today.
No, I've been swimming with
Why
the
did you
freshmen.
swim so far away from me today?
Because I had to swim with the freshmen.
I missed you.
So I'm in the junior national group.
Oh.
I'm going to junior national.
Lily doesn't, as on the topic of taper, Lily doesn't get to do the full taper like I do.
Ever.
Because she can set world records when she's like not really tapered.
I'm on that 3-day Western Nationals.
She's on that. Really?
It starts when I get there.
She's on the superhero taper.
Okay.
Once every 4 years.
So taper is a fun time of the year. It's really exciting psychologically for a lot of swimmers. They get really happy, which is exciting. But I think the most important part of taper and what taper's all about is...
you're lying.
Get out of here, Bruno. You're ruining the
loves
shot.
He tapers his whole life. The most important thing about taper and what it is you have to train hard to be able to taper. I think that a lot of people think that taper is this like magical time. It's an exciting time, but if you aren't training hard in season, taper is non-existent. So train hard and rest hard.
All right, I would agree with that. So that was Coach Kirk. Between you and I, he's the coach that all the girls think is super cute.
Correct.
Right, Lily?
Yep.
Kirk is like...
Dr. Kirk.
He has a PhD, he's really smart. God, he's really attractive too. All right, see you at weights, Lil.
Bye.
We stretch before we get in the pool, swim, and then we stretch before we do weights. Because stretching's super important. All right. When it comes to tapering and weights, I usually scale down the reps a little bit leading into the meet, and I keep the weight up on the presses and the major pulls. So sets of 3s, sets of 2s, like a week or 2 out. So I'm still pressing heavy weight, but it's not really taxing and fatiguing. Yeah, pretty much between 85 and 90% of whatever my max weight is for a few reps here and there just to keep the power up, just to keep the fast twitch muscle fibers firing. That's kind of what I do. This is a 90-pound hunk of metal that I'm gonna use to roll out my quads. Really good for the hip flexors. Done working out for the day. 2 hours in the pool this morning. 60 minutes in the gym, just finished lifting. Light 3 hours. It's extremely painful, but it feels very good and it's very rewarding when you're done. A lot of you guys have been asking about my creative process when it comes to these vlogs. And honestly, I don't really have a distinct creative process. Like, some vlogs I have a lot of thought process that goes into them. Some vlogs I just film a bunch of random stuff and try to piece it together and literally hope that it makes sense when I get to the editing. Like the last vlog you guys saw, the one where the pool was freezing, I had no thought process going into that video whatsoever. I just filmed some stuff, threw it together, and then posted it the next day. Whereas other videos, I'll think about like a week in advance and really put a lot of thought into. But the biggest thing that I take away from I've done 50 vlogs now, the last 50 vlogs is that, you know, the creative process and the act of doing something creative has been a real pleasure and a real joy and very fulfilling in a way that I've never had before because, you know, prior to me starting this YouTube channel, everything that I did was physical, pushing myself to my physical limits, pushing myself to my mental limits, and always striving to be the best I can be and striving to improve and get better in certain ways, but never in a creative medium like this. And that's been a challenge and that's been fun, and I've really enjoyed that process. So I might do a video on the creative process and the things that I've learned throughout the last 50 vlogs, but you know, to answer a lot of your questions, pushing myself creatively and finding ways to share stories and things that I'm doing in ways that aren't boring has been a challenge, and it's been fun. So, they're renovating the stadium right now. This section back here, all that is new. That's gonna be athlete dining. They've got a whole bunch of really cool resources here that they're putting in that's gonna be pretty sweet, but we've got a lot to do for the rest of the day. Poor Puff and Lego have been sick this week. Both of them were throwing up yesterday. Puff threw up this morning. I think they have the flu. They have the dog flu. I'm pretty sure it's the flu because Ashley's dogs have also been sick. Her dog, Buddy, was also throwing up. So I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but also Allie's moving into her new classroom today, so I gotta help move a bunch of stuff. So we got a lot of things to do. I'm in my storage shed now. About 80% of this is school supplies for Allie. About 20% are Christmas decorations. And a lot of this is getting moved to her new classroom right now, so. My car's packed, Allie's car's packed. So much stuff. Following her to her school right now to drop it off. Man, a lot of boxes, a lot of boxes. Allie's class is located on Integrity Lane. I wish we had those when I was in school. Oh, it's weird being in a school again. I hated school. Don't get me wrong, I'm very thankful for the education I got, but...
Oh my god, no, check out this school. Get on that one. How fun would this be?
Oh my god, if I had this... If I had this when I was in school, I would have been able to focus, because I could never sit still.
Isn't that cool?
It is. The janitors gave us a flatbed. Thank goodness. We have all these boxes to unpack, and the first thing Allie decides to do is build a whomping willow tree in the corner of her room. Because she loves Harry Potter. And we finished, and I will say, being in a school makes me reflect on my education. And after 16 years of schooling, I can honestly say that for the majority of my time in school, I did not like it. I hated sitting still. I hated the classroom setting. But honestly, I think there's something to be said about doing things and excelling at things that you don't truly love, things that you're not passionate about, because it makes you realize what you do love and what you are passionate about. To hone in your focus on things that you're not truly passionate about is a skill. And the better you are at doing those things, excelling at things that you sometimes hate, the stronger you get at doing things that you are passionate about, that you do love. Ellie and I are getting couples massages. And we're home now. Had a really nice massage. Allie loves massages. Lego's starting to feel a little bit better. He hasn't thrown up in about 6 hours, so he's getting better. You okay, bub? Make sure you guys are following me on social media at SwimMiller on Twitter and at Cody Miller on Instagram. Subscribe to my channel, share these videos, click the little notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. I will see you guys in the next video.